The idea of Noodles came to me one morning. I decided probably about a year ago that I was going to do a foreign language film. The last film I did was English based. This time I thought I'll do a foreign language film.
I think it's a great concept, and it's very interesting that an Australian director is attempting a Korean language film. As far as I know, it's never been done before.
One of the reasons I chose to do this film in Korean was because I've got a huge passion for Korean cinema and Korean drama. And I really enjoy the way that they approach their filmmaking. I enjoy, I suppose, the humour that we get through a lot of the Korean films. A lot of those films you'll never see on Australian television screens unless you subscribe to World Movies. So for me, because I'm so interested in the Korean movie industry, one way to be able to, I suppose, expose myself a little bit more to the actual industry was to make a Korean language film.
I'm playing Eunju. She's pretty much a frustrated housewife, but yeah, I think there's more to her than that. She's a bit of a princess, actually. Yeah, so she's migrated here to Australia with her husband from Korea, and I think she used to be very popular, had a lot of guys after her, so she expected a lot, and I think that she's very disappointed with the life that her husband is, providing for the family. And on the outside, she seems really shallow, and I think she's not really a likable character, but as I get to know her, I feel that she's, all she really wants is to be able to provide for her family. Yeah, and so I think in the end she is she's a very well-rounded, sort of deep character, and not really just what you see on the surface.
Hi, my name is David Kim Yoon-hwae. I've studied in University of Sydney, majoring in Shakespeare. Ji-hoon is probably the most unique character I've seen throughout many projects I've done. He seems to have a shield of from the drama that happens in his everyday, even things that might be unfair to him or any injustice. He seems to be able to just naturally just brush it off, which in a character I've never seen that kind of thing before. Plus the director as well as the supporting characters and just the whole environment is just so unique opportunity for me to work.
And the script itself, I guess like Eunju's character, even though it looks quite simple on the outside, the more I read it and the more I look into it, I feel like there are so many quirks and little twists during the way, and even the ending is it's a great twist. So I felt that it was a really deep script and very interesting, and I think it's going to make a great movie.
One of the biggest challenges that we had when we were putting this film together was that because I don't speak Korean, I needed to be able to have a script that was conversational Korean. So through an actor friend of mine who's based in Seoul, he put me onto a Korean screenwriter who was really interested in producing her first script. And through numerous Skype sessions, we sat down and we worked out that what she had full control over the script. She put together what I think is probably a fairly decent script. There's a lot of cultural aspects to the conversation between both of our characters, and all in all, I think it's achieved what I set out to achieve, and that is that we're producing something that is sort of semi-unromantic drama with a little bit of dark humour. Okay, when you're producing any short film, or any film in particular, particularly short films, and when you're using a lot of students as a part of that project, funding is something that becomes a bit of a problem. And as a part of this film in particular, we're shooting in multiple locations. We've got some talented cast on board, we've got some talented crew on board who are all volunteering their time for free, but still we've got our running costs, we've got our equipment hire, we've got location costs, and we've got this, that and the other. So one of the things that we'll be looking at doing very, very near in the future is trying to raise as much funding as possible so that we can produce the film that we really do want to be able to produce.